next. So let's talk to Art. We're talking to Art from Michigan. Art, you're live on Truth Wanted. What's up?
Hi, sir. Actually, when I first called this number, I thought it was for Atheist Experience. Do you folks all use the same number for different shows?
We do use the same number across the shows, yes. But Atheist Experience is on Sunday, and now is Friday. So yeah, you're on Truth Wanted.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, it was on my mind. I think about it a lot still. I'm an atheist, and I have been so since I was probably 7 or 8 years old. And that's probably about the same time I quit believing in Santa Claus. I just, the magic didn't make any sense to me. And the magic of a God seemed like just more magic, only maybe more of it. And I just, I had trouble believing it. I have a sister that's a Baptist, though, and other people in the family that they told me, you don't believe, you're going to go right straight to hell. And that was always in the back of my mind, that what if I'm wrong type thing. And now, I absolutely don't believe in God. I don't see any reason for it. And it's just, I wonder how many other people out there really had to grow up under that very same situation. What if you're wrong? It's just a horrible thing to put a kid through. It's a horrible thing for anybody to go through.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Like, I think this argument of Pascal's wager, which is this thing of like, well, you might as well just believe, because if you don't, like,
Right.
you go to hell. But if you do, you just get all the benefits of going to heaven. So like, why not just believe, right? Like, it is so like, if you heard that from Scientologists, if Scientologists were like, well, if you just believe that we all came from aliens, and we're the actual ancestors of ghosts that lived on the planet, that was the result of a nuclear alien holocaust. You get all the benefits of hanging out with Xenon. So why not just believe? You would say, what? No, like, why would I believe any of that? But because we live in a Christian society, that's like, oh, well, this is just the common culture. You might as well just pick up on it. Somehow that means that we have to give credence to ideas that are, quite frankly, just as silly. It is harmful to people who are growing up with that mindset. It was certainly harmful to me. I definitely felt like I was going to hell for a while. And now I don't. I really don't feel that way, fortunately. So
Pascal's wager is just kind of like submission to the loudest voice in the room.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. Yeah.
I had a strange thing happen today. I was up here in Michigan. I was sitting on a bench out in front of a donut shop up here. It's tourist season up here. Everybody and their brother was up here. And I was listening to Sam Harris having a debate with somebody else. And a fellow going into the donut shop with his family, he kind of heard that a little bit. And I turned it off when I went in there to grab my donut and coffee. And he started a conversation with me. Well, it sounds like you might be an atheist. I says, I am. And he says, well, what would make you not believe in God? And I told him it's just, it's not that it's absolutely impossible for there to be a God. For me, it's just that there's not evidence enough to prove that there's a God. And this fellow, we talked for about 15 or 20 minutes, and his kids they weren't having eye contact or looking at us, but they were hearing every word that was being said. And I think that was really good. And we talked about, if you beat your slave and your slaves don't die in a day or so, then it can't be held against you, that type of thing. And that was stuff that he had never heard before. And he was actually going to try to preach to me to get me to not be an atheist. And I think by the end of it, it's like, he shook hands and stuff. He says, well, we've both got a lot to think about. And I says, well, I agree with you.
That's great, Art. That's great.
I think that is really cool.
The best thing, like, obviously I'm here on the internet because I want to create content that people can like and share. And if I have a point of view or perspective that you think is worth sharing, I like it when people share that with others. But honestly, if you want to do like activism in real life, like if you want to not even just change people's minds, but just get people open to the idea of, hey, atheism is like a thing, and you want to consider it. Like, having that conversation, what you had just there, is like the most important thing you can do, honestly.
Much of my upbringing had to
Yeah.
do with equating belief with being good and disbelief with being bad. So just the fact that you were able to have that conversation with the dad and be able to both exchange ideas in those kids, it's like, oh, they just saw a third category that they probably aren't exposed to or told about that
Yeah.
often. And that's
Yeah.
like, oh, this guy doesn't believe, but he's good and can explain it. Ooh, now what do we do with that information? You know?
Right. Right. Yeah. Because like, what's the
Yeah,
chances that
I
he's
thought
ever going to find a
I
show
thought-
like ours? Right. Like, probably pretty minimal. But
Right.
conversations with you on the street, yeah, that could happen. So,
That's cool.
very cool. Art, do you have anything else you
Anyway,
want to add?
No, I won't hold you guys. I'm going to sit here and listen to the rest of your show.
Awesome.
Oh, cool.
Appreciate
And
it.
I
That's good to hear from you.
appreciate you guys taking. Thanks for taking my call. You guys have a great rest of your night.
Of course,
too.
Art.
Pleasure.
Thank you for calling in, and hopefully you'll find this show is even better than Atheist Experience.
That's
What?
right.
Did I say that? What? No, I'm just kidding. We're obviously a sister show, part of the network, so it's all good. But yeah, this is Truth Wanted. This is different. The vibe is different. Okay,